Kelly and Kyle here with Cruiser Customizing, and welcome to part 2 of our lighting series.
Tonight we're talking about rear end lighting, how you can dress up and accent the rear of your motorcycle so you can be more visible to other drivers.
Check out last week's tip where we talk about front end lighting.
And join us next week where we talk about auxiliary lighting and making your bike show your personality.
What I've noticed, there's not a whole lot of lighting on the back of a motorcycle.
That's right, Kelly. Most of the time from the factory you have a single tail light, and that's the only thing that drivers behind you can see when they're coming up on you.
Tonight we're going to talk about ways that you can increase your visibility from the rear.
There's basically two things you can do. You can either upgrade or enhance your tail light itself, or you can make your turn signals turn into a run, turn, brake light, and a third thing you can do is add modulation to all of those pieces.
What are the 3 most common upgrades for a taillight?
Well, you could take your incandescent bulb out and replace that with a halogen bulb, which is going to give you significantly more light coming off the rear of your bike. You can upgrade to an LED board, which will be significantly brighter at nighttime, but may have challenges of being visible during the day. And then, the end-all be-all, you can replace your whole taillight housing and turn signal section for something much more modern and much more aesthetically appealing.
And we did just that on Delilah a couple of years ago.
That was a fantastic build that really did a great job at increasing the visibility of the back of that bike.
Now turn signals are the other thing that you can upgrade.
Most motorcycles from the factory come with either amber or red turn signals here in the rear. When you turn and they flash is the only time that they illuminate. This, I believe, is a shame, and with modern technology, parts from Kuryakyn and other manufacturers, you can make those turn signals function as run, turn, and brake lights.
So I've noticed motorcycles going down the road where the brake light flashes really fast before it goes solid. What is that?
Okay, that's called a TailBlazer. A TailBlazer is a modulator you can put into your rear taillight section of your motorcycle that will cause a pulsation or a flashing that gets drivers' attentions before your taillight becomes solid. Some people may think this is illegal, but it is completely legal. You can do it yourself, modulating with your foot, but having your motorcycle do it every time is a surefire way that your motorcycle is always going to be more visible than a guy that just has a solid taillight.
We've done more than 10 videos on rear end lighting. Kyle, what are some of your favorites?
Well, one of my favorites would be the one we already talked about with Delilah, where we completely transformed the back of the motorcycle. We've also got 3 different rear end lighting tip of the weeks. We talk about various aspects of rear end lighting, the features, the benefits, the functions. While the titles may sound similar, these videos have very distinct products that are talked about within them.
Now, one of my favorites was the VTX Silver Bullet installation.
And then there's a complete video, a complete tip where we talk about the different pieces of technology that you can add to your motorcycle to increase your overall visibility.
As you may have learned today, there are a lot of ways to light up the ass end of your motorcycle.
Make sure you tune in next week where we talk about auxiliary lighting, and we showcase one of the videos where Kelly and I did a 3-year, 30,000-mile review on the Kuryakyn lizard lights.
Thank you for watching this week's Cruiser Customizing Tip of the Week.
Until next week, take care
and ride safe.